Good morning. I am driving, put on the camera. I'm not going to be looking at the screen very much. Immigration policy and America's birthright citizenship thing. Trump seems to have done his usual trick of throwing hand grenades into the public discourse, widening the Overton window, which is fantastic. Yes, America, you should be deciding what your immigration policy is. Your president should be deciding, your Congress, your Senate, even your Supreme Court. All of those organizations and bodies are the correct places to have a debate about who is and who is not an American citizen. The wrong place for that debate is the United Nations. So the UN might want to issue pacts that say migration is a right, but it isn't. And nobody should be listening to the UN. And I saw that Austria had basically slapped down the UN and this migration as a right. No, migration is not a right. The country I live in now, Israel's got very firm policies on who can and cannot be an Israeli, and I approve of those. Probably because you'll say because they made me an Israeli, but that's beside the point. Israel exists for a purpose, and this is the purpose. The purpose is the home of the Jews. Jews can come here and be citizens. That's the rules that this country operates by. Britain, I realised I've actually had quite a complex immigration story because I wasn't born in the UK. I was born outside of the UK. And I moved there when I was a baby. And I remained a citizen of my birth country until relatively late in my childhood. And then I decided to take British citizenship. So I became a naturalised British citizen, as did my parents. It's a bit more complicated, but I became a naturalised British citizen. I'd lived there a long time. I'd been a perfectly fine member of the society. There were no problems. And I had to go and stand in front of a solicitor or a lawyer, actually just a little local lawyer who usually dealt with property stuff and selling and buying and selling houses. And I stood in his office and with my hand on a copy of, I'm pretty sure it was the Old Testament only, because I'm a Jew, I swore an oath of loyalty to the Queen, read off a little piece of paper, and became British. And I actually didn't. At that time I renounced my prior citizenship, and I've never reclaimed it, no need for it. But it was the laws of Britain that decided whether I was eligible for citizenship status, and that was something that, in hindsight, I don't believe this to be true, but the way it should have worked is that the people vote for governments choose the policies, and if people don't like the policies that are being chosen by the governments, they vote them out and get another one. Okay, I understand that choices are limited these days, especially with mass immigration having been foisted on people, but I will tell you of a little change that happened a few years ago that not many people are cognizant to. This is in Britain, okay, but this just shows you that these changes can be made and are being made all the time. So one of my children was born in the UK. Between the birth of that child and the birth of the next child, we moved to Israel. So my second child was born in Israel. Both of them are full British citizens by dint of the fact that both of their parents held British citizenship when they were born. But one of them was born in the UK and one of them wasn't. There is actually a functional difference between the quality and the standard of their two British citizenships. My one child that was born in the UK, he is allowed to pass on British citizenship to any children he has, no matter where they're born, and they'll be British citizens. My second child, though, he is a British citizen, but as and when, Mizrat Hashem, he has children, they will not be British citizens unless they are born back in the UK. That's a functional difference. So you know, I think Britain did away with the whole concept of birthright citizenship, i.e. that you are immediately a British citizen if you are born in Britain, no matter what the immigration status of your parents. So if tourists arrive in Britain and have a baby, that baby is not a British citizen. America is not unique. I think there are other countries, but it's pretty unusual amongst the major developed nations to award citizenship purely because you were born on a plot of land that is America. That's very unusual. And Americans, if you don't like it, you can change it. I think your Constitution, as I've looked at it, the 14th Amendment or whatever it is, seems to be vaguely worded enough to give you the choice, the American people, to end birthright citizenship. Make it that you're only a citizen if you're born of parents who are either full American citizens or on some legal track to be citizens. You know, maybe you want to give citizenship to the children of valid green card holders. I don't know. This is for you, the American people, to decide. And if you elect someone like Donald Trump, who is standing clearly on this platform of saying, I don't think birthright citizenship for anybody born of tourists is a good idea. If that's your view as the American people, damn well do it. And the courts and your electoral system, it is to serve you, the people, not the other way around. You're not slaves anymore. Now, the Constitution is an absolutely fantastic document. You don't want to tinker with that without very good reason. But as I look at it, there is certainly enough wiggle room in there to say that that those people who wrote that amendment and the founding documents of America, they could never have foreseen jet planes and the jet age and easy movement of people the way we have today. It's a totally different time, agreed. They also couldn't have foreseen full automatic weapons of the kinds that we have now, but these are all debates that you, the people, should have by electing representatives who are honest. Donald Trump is nothing but honest on this. You know, his intentions when he came in, he said, I'm going to do something about the entire immigration system of America, and he's proceeding to do that. He wants his wall. He wants to end birthright citizenship. It's not like he didn't come to power under false pretenses. He didn't come to power saying he would be the most open administration in the history of America and then do more to jail whistleblowers than any other presidents ever. Obama. No, he's been upfront and honest. And I think the people who voted for Donald Trump in their many, many millions, they knew exactly what they were getting. And so far, he's done nothing but deliver on plans that he said on the campaign. He's really quite remarkably straightforward. So if you want to end birthright citizenship, if you don't think birthright citizenship is good for America, Donald Trump is obviously your man. And you shouldn't let anybody or anything push you around. And in the end, if it is that the Constitution needs to be changed, well, you have to elect Donald Trump, and then you have to elect enough people who support Donald Trump into the House and the Senate in order to pass a constitutional amendment. Though I severely don't believe that minor tinkering with the terms and conditions of American citizenship is something that needs an amendment at this stage. Those were my thoughts as a twice I've changed country. There was even a little spot in the middle where I had some discussions with America, but that's a story for another time, much more complicated story, because America is a very complicated place to immigrate into, I can assure you, and your system needs simplification, which does not mean let everybody in. I'm Brian of London. I'm driving across Israel out of Tel Aviv right now, and I will see you the next time I periscope.